What's up, all you horror movie loving fuckers? Welcome back to another episode of the Fright Flick FMK podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jay, and as always, I am joined by my good buddy, Gentleman Jack. Everybody, grab you, take a quick sip. It's good stuff. Hey, family, we're back for another episode. Another week down, getting closer and closer to the Christmas Day, getting right up there on it. I love this time of year, family. I'm a big fan of Christmas time. I'm a big fan of the Christmas music. I like listening to Christmas music. I just like the weather, the cold weather. I'm a fan of it. So, you know, leading up to Christmas Day, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I kind of want to do like a Christmas movie for this week's show. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. Um, but luckily, I had ordered a little while ago, a few days ago, I'd ordered um, some Blu-rays to add to my collection. You know, I'm a big fan of physical media, and this particular movie was from a director, James Dean, um, and I had ordered this movie, and I had heard about this movie. I listened to the Indie Film Sucks podcast. Yeah. And they had interviewed James Dean from St. Louis, Missouri area, independent. And and he had talked about this movie. And so I went into the website and ordered the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray arrived today. And it was like a Christmas miracle. It arrived today because this is a Christmas movie from Mr. James Dean. And we have the Blu-ray, and I watched it today for the first time. I got done watching it, and I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and roll right into recording it because it's fresh in my brain. But this one from James Dean, 2023 horror movie, Christmas horror, and it came just in time. The movie we're talking about this week, family, from James Dean, XXX-Mas. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, I'm holding up the copy that showed up in the mail today. And I was because I even I told my wife, I was like, earlier I was like, I don't know what I want to do this week, but I said I want to do like a Christmas movie. And we were talking, and then mail call, boom, Blu-ray shows up. The questions are answered. I know what we're talking about this week. XXX-Mas, XXX-Mas, James Dean. I'll read you the quick little right off the back of this bad boy. Drew Marvick stars as a bloodthirsty Santa Claus, hell bent on wreaking havoc on the set of an eccentric adult film director's latest production. I had no clue what I was going into with this one. I didn't watch no trailer. I didn't really look up anything. I was just waiting for the Blu-ray. And I will say this, family, before we get into this any further, there will be spoilers here. On this show, we will spoil the shit out of a movie. So if you haven't seen it, pause, and you should be able to go watch it and then come back. Now, if you followed along on the social medias leading up to this, I posted a link on our Facebook page to the YouTube. You could watch this thing for free. James sent it public through their YouTube channel. And let me look this up. I want to make sure I get it right. YouTube channel, Monster Kid Productions. And put this bad boy up there where you can just go watch it. And it definitely won't cost you anything. And so you've had time. The link went up on like Tuesday or Wednesday. So you had a couple days to get this bad boy in before I came on here and spoiled it. Now, it's not going to take a lot of your time. The thing is only like an hour and 10 minutes ish. Quick little flick. Take an hour or so out of your day and be able to watch it. Go support independence. Because on this show, my favorite genre, independent horror. Fucking love them. And so I was super excited to get this movie and have it in my collection, even though I never even watched it. It just, hearing and the interview with James Dean and looking at a couple of his movies, I was like, man, it seems I want to watch his stuff. And also, that came in my mail today, another movie I ordered from James Dean, Fontaine and the Vengeful Nun Who Wouldn't Die. That's it right there. If you watch it on YouTube, got that one in too. Hadn't watched that one yet. Want to be checking that one out. But this week, XXXmas. It's all about 'tis the season, people. Now, like I said, you've had time to watch it. I gave you the link to the YouTube. If you don't want it spoiled, then pause it, go watch, then come back. Now, hold on. Everybody grab your drinks. Jack break. Now, that time of the week, family. Hope y'all had a good week. I've already walked you into it. You know what we're talking about this week. You've had time to go to the kitchen. You had time to gather your shit, get your drinks, get your smokes, pull up around the table, and we're about to dive into this thing. Now, I will say this. Um, Anytime I get like independent type movies, I go into them kind of just like no. A lot of movies I go into them with like very little, just kind of not expecting much. And sometimes you based off the cover. We've all watched those movies where the cover kind of lets you know, like, oh, that's going to be one of those, whatever. And but when I seen this one had my attention. I was kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. But when I read the little eccentric adult film director, I was like, oh, could this be some little like, porno Christmas type shit right here? And and one of the actresses that's in it that I like, I want to make sure, let me pull this up. You've all probably know her, Felicia Rose. She's another one of those, horror screen queens, and she's in this movie, and that kind of one of those that kind of perked my interest. And so, yeah, if you want to see the cast and everything, go to IMDb. A lot of times I don't dig too deep into the cast and all that stuff right there because it's just, you can see all that shit. So, and a lot of them I wouldn't remember, to be honest with you. I don't, sometimes there's movies where it's like you can remember like main characters' names and stuff like that, but sometimes there's just so many names and so much shit going on. I don't remember them well, and I'm terrible with names anyway. So just go look it up on IMDb. Now, XXXmas 2023 flick. Christmas time horror. 'Tis the season. Now, you know how we do it here, family. We watch the movie. I'll let you know if I'd rather fuck it, marry it, or kill it. Fuck it being the friends with benefits. Every now and then. Marrying it be the one you could just every day. That is your wake up every day movie. And then you got to kill the fucking sea donkey, the one that you seen it. You're not really going to tell a lot of people about it. You're not proud of it, but you seen it. So that's how we rate them. Now, I say it every week. If it's horror, go watch it. No matter what. I may rate this or what I say. I'm here for entertainment purposes. Just have a good time and talk about a horror movie. Now, I'm telling you to go watch it. Go have your own opinion of it. Go watch it. Don't be one of them people that like, you base a movie on whether or not they tell you, oh, that's good, you should go see it. Or if they say, oh, you shouldn't watch that shit, then you just don't watch it. You're missing out. Go. If it's horror movies, go watch it. Trust me, I have come across because I am a bottom dweller when it comes to hunting horror movies. I will, the bottom of the bottom, boy, I'll watch them and I'll just like, hey, I watched it. And I'll still tell people, go watch it. Have your own opinion. So no matter what we say here today, go support James Dean, XXXmas. Like I said, on the YouTube. I sent you the link, family. Now, And 'cause we all love independents around here, independent artists, actors, directors, all that shit. I fucking love it. And so anytime I get a chance to watch a movie from an independent like this, I like it. I like being able to show some attention to it. That our little shit show can get on here and bring some type of attention to it, to these directors, writers, artists, and everything. But I appreciate the hell out of everybody. I appreciate your family being here, hanging out with us for another episode. And I think I want to do. I want to get it out of the way now on this movie, kind of my rating, um, because I just want to do it this way. Kind of talk about what I liked, some things I didn't like. Then I'll go into some shit that I'll spoil it. But for me, for XXX-Mas, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a fuck for me. This was once I watched it, as I started watching it, as soon as it got going, I was like, oh yeah, this is right down my alley. This is the type of just the movies I like, where you can tell that it's low budget. You can tell that, actors, actresses aren't fucking, they're okay. You can just tell it's one of those. You can tell like the the set, the sounds and stuff. It's just, you can tell, and I appreciate the hell out of those types of movies, the ones that are like low budget, and I like them. I have a good time watching them, and this one was one of those. And so that was why I said I gotta fuck it. I can't marry it. It's not one I want to pop in and watch every day, but it's one of those I would be like, come Christmas time, somebody's like, hey man, I'm looking for a Christmas movie to watch. I'm like, well, let me tell you about this one called XXXmas, And if anybody knows me, as soon as I make a suggestion, they already kind of know going into it. Like they don't know what the hell to expect when they ask me, like, can you give me a good movie to watch or a good scary movie to watch? Or, and I'll just give them a couple names of some fucked up shit I've watched, so they know going into it. So yeah, as soon as I pushed play and I got into it, I'm like, oh, this is up my alley. Christmas time, family. Got us some Santa Claus, Mrs. Santa Claus. We got an elf in this thing, you know. And so yeah, it's a fuck. Friends with benefits. We will pop this one back in and watch it again. Maybe next Christmas, could be this could it be a tradition? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and it was like I said, it's low budget family. You can and was the acting, some of the acting okay? Yeah. And some of them was really good. Some of them I was kind of like, but then as one of the things I liked about it, when the movie got going, you kind of realize like, okay, there's this group here. What they're doing in this movie is they're going to they want to make a full feature length film, uh, porn, basically Christmas time type porn. And so the way that they're acting and stuff like that is as I'm watching it, I'm going, I've watched a lot of porn in my day, family. And there's no judgment here. Don't judge me. I don't judge you. I've watched a lot of porn in my day. We all do know that, we're not there. We're not paying for the fucking acting. We're not paying for the writing. We're not paying for none of that shit. We're here for a couple things. And so that's what this movie feels like when you start watching it. It literally feels like you're watching a porn, and it's got this feeling of like, we're not here for your writing. We're not here for the acting. We're here for the fucking. And that's kind of what it felt like, when with the actors and the actresses in it. Now, I'll always say this: if you're going to kind of give me anything to help a low budget, if you got a low budget film, one of the things that automatically, helps my opinion of it, if you're going to show me some boobies, give us some nudity. I expect it from low budget horror type, camper slasher type movies. Give us some good boobies, and that kind of helps distract us from some other shit in the movie that may not have been that great. But I'd be like, oh, my mind's still on them boobies. So I'm overlooking this one little thing. So, And I always said it about low budget. Give me some boobies, and it's going to help a lot. So I did. I like that. I like that. If you're gonna, it had a slashery type feel to it, kind of old school feel. Um, I really enjoy getting to see what when it comes to, with horror, when the kill scenes and stuff. I always enjoy seeing how creative people can be and try to be with these types of movies. Um, this one has some good stuff in it when it comes to the killing type stuff that I enjoy. I'm a huge fan. I'm a gore whore. And this one did, in my opinion, did really good at some of the kills they did, and I find that interesting. I enjoy seeing, I know what fucking big Hollywood can do with all their fucking bullshit when it comes to making these type of movies scary, bloody, killing. I know, whatever. I really enjoy seeing what low budget, how creative people can be, and they could look at like, this is what I want to do. How can we make this happen? Because there's one part in this one, like I told you, there's gonna be spoilers, family. There's one of the kills in here where Santa Claus puts his fucking fist through the back of this dude's head, like right out at the front of his face, and it happens quick, and then he kind of like pulls his hand back out. You know, I thought that was cool, and you know, I was like, man, I like to see kind of how they did it. When I'm watching it, I was thinking to myself, like, man, I wonder how they kind of did that. FYI, people, a little service announcement right now on the Blu-ray. There is little things with some special features, and on those special features, uh, there's a part of it where they actually showing the part that I was just talking about, where you got Santa Claus fist through the back of the head type thing. That's they talk about that in the special features. So if you go get the Blu-ray and support independence and have that physical media and be able to hold it in your hand, which is a great thing when it comes to horror. And so go show some support. You'll have your own Blu-ray. You can watch some special features, and you'll know what the hell I'm talking about right now. Damn, I got kind of sidetracked right there. But we're gonna grab our drink, grab your smoke. We're gonna get back in here. So uh I told you the rating on it. I had a good time with it. I had a good time. It was fun. There was some funny stuff in it. There was a couple times in this thing I'm literally laughing as I'm watching it. But some of the lines that were said, you know, uh and I had put a couple notes. I do like voice notes when I'm watching a movie. And so I'll kind of have that as I'm watching. I'll be talking in my phone like this, blah, 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 you know. But yeah, this one had funny lines in it. It had, in my opinion, um, good kills, some good blood, as creative they could be for low budget. And like I said, I can't say it enough. I love low budget horror movies. Uh, yeah, and that's why even my wife, like, she knows how the movies I watch. She walked in as I was watching this movie. She kind of walks into my little podcasting room here, and she's kind of looking over my shoulder watching it, and she just starts kind of laughing. As soon as she started seeing the first few seconds she was looking at it, she starts laughing because she knows the type of shit that I enjoy, the type of shit that I like to watch. And I told her, I was like, it's cheesy, it's kind of campy, it's kind of like, you know what the hell is this? But damn it, if I wasn't fucking entertained and I had a good time with it, you know? And yeah. And I'm telling you all to go watch the movie, go support. You can watch it over on YouTube. Or you can do what I did and go to the website. Hold on, I got the website. I'm about to tell you right now. I was looking at it before I started recording. MonsterKidFilms.com. They got it right there. I'm looking at it. Xmas. You could purchase that and add this bad boy to your collection. Hey, one day, people, we don't know if Tubi and all that shit's gonna be there. We don't know if they may. Let's just say Tubi is showing Xmas right now. Let's just say if they were, and All of a sudden, Tubi's like, we're done showing it. And you can't find it nowhere. And then you're sitting around like, holy shit, man. One day you're talking about, man, there was this movie called XXX-Mas, and it was this and this and this. And damn, I can't find it nowhere. But if you got that physical media, like I do, pop that bad boy anytime you want to, every Christmas. Right after I finish watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, I can roll right into XXX-Mas. Family friendly, National Lampoons. As soon as that's all said and done, bam, we slide into some, porn movie Christmas killing triple Xmas type shit as we gather around the tree, sipping our eggnog. Well, this ain't eggnog, family. What I got right now is a gentleman jack. Everybody take a sip with me. Yep, we're having a good time. Having a good time. Just like I did with this movie. And I've been drinking and started drinking when I started watching the movie. I was just like, fuck it. I'm retired. I can start watching this movie at, 1 o'clock in the afternoon and have a drink. And then when I get done, I'm just going to roll right into the recording of it. And yeah, now I'm going to do a little spoiling for you. I kind of gave him a rating, what I kind of liked, disliked about it. And now we're going to talk about the movie just a little bit. This bad boy starts off, we get us a Santa Claus coming home to see Mrs. Claus. And you can tell, this is, I think his name was Nick. So, okay, we got Santa, we got Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus comes meeting him at the door with a plate full of cookies. And man, I don't know about y'all, but I fucking love some cookies. Getting a little older now. I got to watch the cookie eating type shit. But man, he had that whole plate of cookies. And then she brings him like a glass of milk. I'd be like, damn, I'd get down with a whole plate of cookies, especially right now. We've been smoking a little bit, family. You all know, you know how it is. We get down with a plate of cookies right now. Oh, anyway, back to the thing. So, we got Santa, Mrs. Santa, and there's, you kind of get to know them. She's like, hey, she, she's like, hey, she's about to go to bed. He's kind of like he's leading up to Christmas because he's talking about like, hey, getting the reindeer, back up into they've been off for a year. Santa got to get the reindeer back into working form, And so as he's talking to her, he's like, we gave Rudolph a little this. We got to get the deer. We got to get them back into the routine, get them back. So they're leading up to Christmas time right now. And Mrs. Santa makes a comment like she's going to bed. And I'm like, come on, Santa, like, Mama Claus just gave you a big old plate of cookies, and then she's like, I'm going off the bed, and then you're just gonna let Mama Claus roll off the bed. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna hang out here and watch one of my movies. Now, when he says I want to watch one of my movies, I instantly my fucked up brain goes to, oh, Santa about to put in there some midget elf porn that's what Santa's about to pop in right now. I'm like, holy shit. Because even Mrs. Claus kind of looks at him, kind of like when he says, I want to watch one of my films. Kind of like, oh, damn, like you could have the real thing. You'd rather sit down here in your fucking recliner watching some elf midget porn when you got Mrs. Claus upstairs, And so I'm like, damn, Santa just kind of like, go to bed. I'm watching my movies. And so you're thinking like, okay, Santa, what's your thing? No judgment, Santa, no judgment. If Santa likes watching midget porn, that's cool. We don't judge here. But when Santa puts his little like a little VHS, kind of old school feel, throws that VHS in, and he's watching, but it's not porn. He's literally just watching like a Christmas special, like Christmas. And then all of a sudden we meet Santa and Mrs. Claus. Then we get introduced to I don't know. I don't remember the guy's name. I just called him Pimp Daddy is what I called him because we introduced to a guy, gets into an Uber. And look, the little Uber driver, he's like super, in the Christmas spirit. He's got a little Christmas sweater on. He got the Christmas music playing. I'm cool with it. I like it. Love this time of year. Then he picks up the dude, gets in the car, and I just called him like Pimp Daddy. Want to be a pimp because he's got like this red velvet tracksuit on with a few gold chains on, and he gets in there complaining because he don't like the fucking Christmas music. He's like, he didn't like it. And I'm like, well, fuck you, guy. We like Christmas music around here. So Pimp Daddy gets on the phone and I even put in there. That's like I call him Pimp. In my notes, I put Pimp Santa Claus. I put Pimp Santa Claus got his girl on the line, and I guess, and he's talking to her, and he makes a comment to her as he's about to hang up. He's like, I can't wait to get over there. I want to clap them juicy chocolate cakes. That's what Pimp Santa Claus says to her. Cause the lady that he's talking to is a black lady. Cause you see her a little earlier with sitting on the couch or laying on the couch, and so but he's like makes that line to her. He's like, but then he comes across so he's an older gentleman, but he just sounds so creepy, more creepy, and just factor with him when he's like, can't wait to clap them juicy chocolate cakes. And even in that part is cringe as this little wannabe pimp sounded like pimp claws. Uh, it gets worse when as it went on because there's a part where he likes this old girl and I can't remember her name, but he liked her. And so he gets to the party or goes to her house. I think he thinks he's going over there and going to get a little one-on-one time with his girl. He gets over there, but it's kind of like a little party. A couple other dudes. He's kind of like, I didn't know all these other swinging dicks were going to be on here. Like Pimp Claus is kind of upset right now because he was hoping to get over there, have a little one-on-one time with his girl, clap them chocolate cakes, and that's what he was hoping for. And then it started kind of putting like this story together where apparently all of these, there's like two of the guys there, and they're all kind of in like the adult film industry. And they're talking about their the guy who does the movies, who I'm going to try to remember his name. Johnny. Johnny was his name, played by Chris Rupert. Uh Johnny Duckett. Johnny Duckett. He's like this the director guy that does these porn movies, adult entertainment movies. And and then all of a sudden we get introduced, it starts introducing us to other characters in the movie. We get introduced to what was my dude's name? Black Mamba. Black Mamba was his name. And his girlfriend at the time in that particular moment was her name was Pearl. So Black Mamba and Pearl. We get introduced to them. They're of course doing some sex. Uh and then we get introduced to another couple, which is I think his name was like has something to do with fucking uh Rabbit or some shit. I don't fucking remember this dude's name. Oh, Jack was his name, last name Rabbit. Called him Jack Rabbit. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for Jack Rabbit. Jack Rabbit's kind of quick, maybe just clapping that thing really fast, like Uh, but yeah, and it's kind of introducing you to these characters. They all eventually decide they're all going to the same place. Apparently, when Johnny Duckett calls and said Johnny Duckett must be like the big dog of the industry because when the phone rings and Johnny's on the line, you go running. But Johnny going to make you famous, I guess. So when you meet all this group, they're all going to meet Johnny. Johnny is basically planning to do a full length feature film Christmas porn. And so he's got all these adult entertainment people here to do this. He's got some lines written. And like I said, when it comes, I don't know how well that would actually do in real life. If you could give a feature length porn type thing, because we all know the writing's going to be shitty. Uh, because we're all there for the same thing. We don't give a fuck how you got into the kitchen. We don't care about the how when it comes to the porn. We don't. I feel like if you really did care about the how, there's something that's kind of off to me. It's kind of I don't know if I trust you. If you're one of those like pop pushes play on the porn, and then all of a sudden you got two people just working it out on the kitchen counter, just beating the meat on the kitchen counter. If you're one of those that's watching that going, why are they on the kitchen counter? Or how did we get to this part in the kitchen on the kitchen counter? You know, and that's where I was like, if you're watching like a full length feature film, like maybe Johnny Duckett's trying to push right now, maybe he's giving you the whys, the who, what, when, and wheres, and the what fors. Uh, but yeah, I was like, when I'm like, you're gonna make a full length feature film, and at one point he says like 90 minutes. We look at an hour and a half. Could you imagine? Hour and a half? Holy shit, man, when I pop a good porn in, I get my 45 seconds of fame out of the way, and then I kind of feel bad about myself. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I just turn it off, you know? So how the hell am I gonna get through 90 minutes of a full length feature film porno? 90 minutes? Come on. Yeah. But yeah, that was Johnny's plan. He's got this group together. They all want to make this porn. Um, and then all of a sudden, we get Santa, the same Santa from the beginning. Happy to be home and Mrs. Claus eating his plate of cookies. Santa done snapped. We find out why Santa kind of snaps. We find out. They give us that. We find out. We find out. Santa kind of just shows up on this killing spree. And I was kind of curious when I first seen it. I was like, well, how does Santa know? What made Santa choose this fucking house? What made Santa decide the night that I'm going to snap and go do some killing? This is the house I'm going to swing by first. And this is the house I want to, go through and do some murdering. When I first seen it. But then I get the answers to that. Appreciate that. Now, um, as I'm watching it, like I said, there's a couple things that you notice that are kind of off. There's one part in this thing that kind of irked me a little bit. Uh, there's a part when they all first get there to this house. They all showing up to this house to do this recording. A couple of them, they get out of the car. It's kind of sunny, clear weather outside, like short sleeves on, kind of. It makes you feel like are we in summertime, springtime type feeling. And then you come to find out, like, no, this is like Christmas time. Because they're like right there at Christmas time. Because apparently there's like this one lady in there that is basically trying to make a phone call. But guess what? When she tried to make that phone call, no cell phone service. And I was like, bam, there it is, checking the blocks. Got the no cell phone service. And we wasn't out in the woods. We was out in the country somewhere in this house when it went full on campy Christmas. But yeah, there's a part in it where it's like when they show up, and there's a part later on in the movie where the girl runs outside and it's like snowing outside. They got some snowflakes falling. It's the wonderful time of the year, dreaming of a white Christmas. Snowflakes are falling. I'm like, now it's wintertime. Now they're talking about how cold it is outside. But when they first got there, they seemed like it was kind of nice outside. Hell of a cold front rolled in, apparently. And then there's a part we see some snow falling, and then a few minutes later, something's happening outside, but no snow. It's just super clear, no snow falling. And then a minute or so later, we're back in the snow. That was kind of one of the things that kind of jumped out. Like, very rarely do I get caught up in the little stuff. It was just one of the thoughts. I was like, oh, now it's snowing. Oh, now it's not snowing. But hey, it's one of the things that kind of just, if you're like me, I don't mind that type of shit. I just I find it interesting, and it makes my brain go, oh, I see that. I noticed that, Um, one of the guys in this movie that I'm a fan of, Joe Hammerstone. Joe Hammerstone, who I recently come about watching in the movie a couple episodes ago, Red Night at Skies. He played in it, and he plays the elf in this bad boy. Yep, Santa doing some killing, but Santa's got his little elf helper, Joe Hammer. Okay, I've been drinking and smoking, Joe. I apologize, man. Joe Hammerstone, yeah, Joe Hammerstone, and they do good, very well. Him just kind of looking creepy. He's kind of when you first introduced to him, he's got like some makeup on, got some big bloody looking teeth on him. and he kind of goes after some people doing some biting and shit like that. There's even one part, one of the cool little kills for our boy Elf here, gonna bite a dude's dick off. And the dude that he bit the dick off of, hey, you don't like him anyway, but he basically charges this dude head to the crotch, and it took me just a second. It took me just a split second to figure out, okay, he's biting his dick off, you know, and and it happens kind of quick because when it happened, I was kind of like, did he just bite his dick? Was that his dick? And then once you kind of see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's the dick. Kudos to that. Um, yeah, that was one of the kind of cool kills. That one, and it was like I said, I talked about earlier, the fist through the back of the head type thing. Uh, you do get a little time to know some of these people. Uh, my favorite one in the whole movie was the assistant. Um, yeah, she was like the assistant to uh Mr. Duckett, Johnny Duckett. Is that what I said his name was? Man, I'm terrible with names. Yeah, Johnny Duckett. Um, what was I think her name was Sarah, the assistant, played by I think this is right, Mariana Garcia Montez. But she was the assistant. She was probably my favorite one as far as the acting and stuff like that. I thought she was really good. Uh, damn. Oh, my brother just texted me as I was talking, and that kind of threw me off. Kind of a one track mind type guy. But yeah, I thought she was like my favorite one in this. Um, there's a couple douchebags in like the douchebag was the rabbit guy. The dude I said his last name was Rabbit, Jack Rabbit or some shit like that. He's a douchebag. He's all about himself. You can just tell like he was okay when he died. Um, it did take it a little while to get to the killing. I felt like that was a little drawn out. I felt like if it was to be, I would have liked to have seen a little more the blood quicker. Instead of there was a lot of build up to that. There was a lot of the going into the making the little porno thing and you know having the scenes and the some of the cheesy type lines they were having shit like that. And then when it finally got the killing Santa Claus to show up, I felt like it took a little while. I wish that would have kind of uh happened a little quicker. Um yeah, I think that was like probably one of the biggest things. I felt like it took a little while to get there. You do get a lot of, hanging out with the characters. And like I said, as you're watching it, think to yourself, like this legit, like you're hearing some of the way some of them act and the way they talk. You're like, man, this is just so kind of cheesy. But they're adult film stars. Uh, you know, like I said, we don't care about the how. We don't. We're there for the fucking. We're there for the sex and all that good stuff. And so it's kind of like it makes sense the way they're talking, the way they're acting, and shit like that. It just makes sense. All of it did. And one of the uh one of the things that did, that I did like I said, I like some of the cheesy type lines were it was funny. There was some funny parts in it. Um, there was parts where I was like, one of the things that I liked the most, one of the overall was Felicia Rose's character because when she shows up toward the end, the killing's already going on, and she comes in there and she's kind of got this like comedy type way to her, just the way she's acting in it, and she was funny. I was laughing at her, because she's got the classic scream, and stuff like that, and the way she's kind of running around. Uh, that was funny. I enjoyed that. Um, Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I found funny and I enjoyed with this. It was a fun ride for me because I dig movies like this. I like getting to see kind of low budget people be creative, especially when it comes to killing and the blood type stuff, because realistically, I get it. They could do off screen type shit, that makes it easier. But one of the things I appreciate is somebody that will give me a little, let me see it. I don't want to know. I don't want to see somebody get snatched up, dragged to the corner, screen goes black, and then I got to use my imagination. I like being able to see it. I got, is it going to be fucking fancy? No, on low budget. No, you got to show me a guy Santa's going to punch his hand through the back of somebody's head. You know, hey, I appreciate you fucking showing it. I appreciate getting to see the kills kind of close up, not off screen. You know, I don't care if it looks low budget or if it looks kind of cheap. I don't care because at least I got to see it. You didn't give me no off screen shit. And so I enjoyed that part of it. I did enjoy the 99.9% of all the acting in it because like I said earlier, it's imagined. It could be real. In my brain as I'm watching, I'm going, that could really happen. There could be like a guy that does Pornhub, and one day he's just like, man, it'd be cool one day to make a full feature length movie about Christmas and porn. And he rounds up some of his colleagues that he films with or whatever and decides, hey, this is what we're going to do. And you would expect the acting to be kind of, it is what it is because they don't really, we all know people on porn, they're not getting paid for their acting. They're not getting paid for how they can, sell this line or sell this. No, they know what they're there for, people. And so yeah, um, I'm trying to think without. I'm not trying to give away too much because I got a feeling there's some of you out there who haven't seen this movie, and so I don't want to give away too much. I said it's going to be spoilers, but I'm not going to spoil it too much. Uh, there's of course you had your ones that you just didn't like. There's three or four. You have a couple you did like. Uh, we appreciated the fact that we got to see a lot of boobies, bloody boobies. But yeah, I don't want to spoil too much. But I will say this: I had a fun ride with this one. I had a good time with it. I like the fact that it made me laugh. I was laughing at some stuff. I'm watching it and I'm going, really, really. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, they're not paid to act; they're paid to fuck. And so that's kind of what I went with. Um, Overall, I had a good time watching XXX-Mas, and I'm super glad that I own the Blu-ray and I get to come on here on my little shit show and talk about it and bring attention to movies like this because some people were like, I'd never heard of it until I said the interview on Indie Film Sucks podcast. And when they interviewed James, and super glad I watched it. And I want you all to go watch the movie now, family. This is where if you haven't watched it, homework assignment, go watch the movie. It's gonna take like an hour of your time. An hour. To go to the YouTube, go like, make comments on it, bring some attention to it. You know, I'd say tell your friends. Some of you would be ashamed to tell you. I feel sure some of you don't tell your friends that you listen to this shit show. Like some of you, like they'd be like, any good podcast? Your friends would be like, any good podcast? And you're sitting there going, you know one, but you don't want them to know you get down with the likes of people like me. And so, same way with this movie. There's gonna some of you gonna watch this movie. Some of you gonna be like, man, I fucking like it. But then you're not gonna share it because you don't want nobody to know you enjoy shit like XXXmas. It's okay. Go watch the movie. Go support it. I don't know what's coming next week, family. I don't know what movie's coming next. Yeah. If anybody's got any suggestions, reach out to me. There's been a couple of them that I've come across recently on the Tubi and stuff like that. I've been posting them on my Facebook. Some of the ones I've watched recently, and highly recommend go checking them out. Yeah, follow along with us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram. Go to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, follow along with us. Be part of the little fucked up family we got here. But yeah, next week we'll see. Stay tuned. But hey, I appreciate everybody coming back by another week. Appreciate y'all taking some time out of y'all's schedule and hanging out with our little shit show here. Everybody grab your drinks real quick. Got a little feeling kind of parched. Oh, that's good stuff right there. The Gentleman Jack. All right, family. I appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out with us around the table. James Dean, appreciate the hell out of you. What you do. You know, I can't do it. I don't have the talent to write, direct, do none of that shit. All I get to do is watch it and come on here and just ramble on about movies. I love getting to watch horror movies. I love horror. And if you're listening to this shit show, you've got to also. But if it's horror, go watch it. Make your own opinions of it. And at the end of the day, fuck, just be happy we get to watch horror movies. Damn it. But family, I appreciate you. Hope y'all have a good weekend. Hope y'all have a good week next week. Be on the lookout. I'm 99% sure something will be out next week. But you'll just have to find out. But this week, family, I need you all to go out. Jump on your YouTubes. Go to the website. XXX-Mas. MonsterKidFilms.com. Go show some love to the independent James Dean. Hey, brother, keep doing what you're doing. And glad I got to watch your movies. Looking forward to what you got coming next. But it's going to wrap it up, family. It's going to do it for this week's episode. You all know what to do now, family. I need you to reach over, gather up all y'all shit. Need y'all to go put y'all's chairs away, grab y'all's drinks. I need y'all to get the fuck out of here.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We have such sights to show you.
Ah! Monsters!
All you have left is an art desire.
My name is Frankenstein!
That man's got Mars!
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
See this? This is my boomstick!
I ate his liver and some fava beans. A nice community. It's us.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It's alive! It's alive!
Here's Johnny.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie.
Welcome to the debauchery.